Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. Today I want to talk about a pretty interesting card that, on one end it's been overlooked, but on the other, yeah, it's still one of those kind of almost maybe good cards, the Wee Spellstopper. And this is a Mage card. I've basically never seen this card ever in Constructed. But I have run across some arena decks that have had it, and have had some recent encounters that has shown me that the card has some considerable potential to be quite good. The main issue is that the stats just aren't good enough. It basically has the Arcane Nullifier treatment, the 2/5 with the good ability kind of thing. 2/5 stats really sucks because it just doesn't do enough damage, and it's not enough health to really warrant it. Like if you play this, well, it's just going to die to like a Mechanical Yeti and a hero power usually. So it just doesn't do enough. And the thing is, in Constructed, I feel it's quite justifiable that this card isn't really played enough because, well, it's so aggressive to keep minions on the board. The stickiness is so important that just having like a minion or two, whatever they might be, is good enough. And to try to protect them from being targeted doesn't really matter. On the other end, a lot of the removal spells don't really target stuff. There's a lot of like Doomsayer combos, there's like brawls, that kind of stuff. The classes that want to remove all your crap are basically going to do it anyway. And Wee Spellstopper, its strength is really guarding big creatures, because big creatures are the ones that get removed. So because you can't really play the Wee Spellstopper on the same turn as a big creature, at least in Constructed, it's not really useful. Like, yeah, you could do like Sylvanas and then Wee Spellstop it or something, but it's just not going to work. It's not practical. There's much better turn 10 combos, that kind of stuff. However, in Arena, it is a little bit different. It is a little bit different because sometimes you can get away with these type of plays. You get to make it turn 10. You could do like Boulder Fist, Wee Spellstopper, or something like that. And there is a lot of value in Spellstopper in Arena because of this reason. You have to kind of back up and realize that most Arena decks can't really afford to run many big minions, and that's a little bit of a problem. So when you have your few big minions, if they do survive a turn, or if you can play both the Wee Spellstopper and a big minion on the same turn, what is going to happen is the Wee Spellstopper is going to basically demand removal. It's going to have that spell taunt more so than like a Trog would, for instance. But you know, it's going to have to take it. It's going to have to take like a Hex, a Polymorph, a Fireball, something like that before your Boulder Fist cannon. Often, this means that you get an extra big creature out of it, and it also has some upgrade potential. So there's a lot of like mid-game Divine Shield creatures that are just all right in Arena. They're damn good in the early game for sure, but when it comes to the later stages of the game, they kind of suck. And Divine Shield is one of those things that's pretty interesting. So I think the best card I could really used to illustrate how good Spellstopper is Force Tank Max. So Force Tank Max is a 7/7 Divine Shield, big-ass dude. It's a really good card in Arena because it's just the biggest big dude. So if you have Force Tank Max and your opponent's playing Priest, well, you can kill 3 Boulder Fists. The first one with the Divine Shield, then it doesn't die, then you have 1 health left, and you kill another Boulder Fist. So yeah, it's basically never going to actually do that, but in some cases it has pretty close effects to that, actually. Like it'll kill like a couple Spectral Knights or something like that, and then it's still alive and it does something. So it is the biggest big dude, and you can basically protect it. You can protect it with the Wee Spellstopper. You can protect its Divine Shield. Even smaller minions that are just good in the early game, they suddenly become good in the late game because there's a lot of mages in Arena. There's a lot of focus around 1 damage hero power minions. 1 damage hero power classes, and being able to protect the Divine Shield from mages, being able to protect the big creatures from removal, basically upgrades your deck. And 2 attack while it's low is good enough to kind of, you know, brawl around in the early game around 2 drops and 3 drops. If you're playing Mage, which you are because it is a Mage card, it's good enough. So it's fine in Arena. I think a lot of Arena websites, a lot of players kind of undervalue this card, and you guys will see in the game that I'm about to show you guys that this in fact is the case. Though for this card to really be constructed viable, usually with cards when you see really low attack, you know, what you'd expect is, yeah, the stats kind of suck. The stats do suck. But upgrading its attack doesn't really do much, because right now constructed is all about either being really sticky or doing something the turn that it's played. And this does kind of do that, but it doesn't really do it very well, because in the early game it's usually about minions versus minions. So if we're going to see Wee Spellstoppers in Constructed, which I think it'll be amazing, because there's a lot of strategy involved, minion placement cards like this, because you have to, like the really good players will always consider the position of their board, will always consider the position of their opponent's board. If this card hits in the meta, it will kind of put in a huge amount of potential skill that can be manipulated. It's like, you know, that's basically what you want in Hearthstone. And, you know, the really good players with positional cards, they even consider it as a draw. So, you know, even if I don't have Wee Spellstopper in my hand now, I want to be playing my minions in the best possible way, as if I could draw it next turn and take full advantage of it. So what's the problem with the card? The problem with the card right now, if it would be constructed viable, it would need actually more health. It would have to become one of the sticky minions to make the other sticky minions more sticky. Yeah, it makes sense, trust me. So if this card's going to be good and constructed, it basically needs like 2 more health. It basically has to be a turtle. It has to be a 2/7. On 2/7, it doesn't die to most direct damage removal spells. Most creatures most boards at that stage won't be able to kill it. So you can actually take advantage of its ability not only on the turn that you play it, which is usually kind of irrelevant because the creatures before it you don't really give a shit about, but on the turn after, when you could play like a taunt in front of it or something like that. So that's kind of the idea. It needs to be one of the sticky minions to make it in the meta. But right now, let's face it, the aggressive mage decks don't really need more help. So hopefully in time things will change, and this card will change with them, because there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential in these marginal cards to really change up the game and make it much better in many ways. So hopefully things like that would happen, but for now, all you guys are going to get to see is these really ridiculously cool arena games that are unfortunately a bit too rare, but I got one of the best for you guys, so I know you guys will enjoy it. Check it out, and I'll see you guys. We have the Power Mace. I guess we keep the Power Mace just because it's a weapon. We can't keep the Piloted Sky Golem. Yeah, it's a mech, but it's just too far away to really count on. Plus that shit will get silenced or polymorphed anyway, so.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Isn't Mooney a sub? Oh great, it's a water elemental. Awesome. Awesome. Well, we have the Bomb Lobber next turn, so. Ooh. Bomb Lobber's cool and all, but I like the Forked Lightning play too. The problem with the Forked Lightning play is next turn I'll be on 4 mana. On 4 mana, basically, I'm not playing anything. Yeah, well. Next turn will not be a good one.
Someday I'll be just like you.
He has the potential to Flame Strike here. Yeah, he went for the high tempo play, but it doesn't actually deal with my board at all. Which is fine. Oh crap. Oh, he had the option of Flame Strike because of the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Flame Strike was a 6 mana spell that turn. We have to Crackle for 4 if we do the Crackle play. I want to do the Crackle play because it lets me Force Tank next turn. If I do the Hex play... let's see what totem we get. Maybe we'll get a Spell Damage Totem actually. Yeah, we do get a Spell Damage Totem. We might actually kill it now that I look at the board. Wow. And that's why you check for totems first, Rose. Let's go with a Hex. One shot, one kill, man. There, Frostbolt. Yeah. The Frostwolves, huh? Well, alright. Alright, Mr. Frostwolf. If I do Force Tank and like thing, Polymorphs, I'm like fucked. Really the safest play is this one. Anything else I could get tempoed up by just one removal spell. And right now, I'm pretty sure he has at least one removal spell. I'm also pretty sure he has Flame Strike. But if he does Flame Strike and I get something decent out of the Piloted Sky Golem, I'll be in pretty decent shape. And if he doesn't have Flame Strike, I basically just win the game here. I just think more likely than not, he has a removal spell than Flame Strike. That's basically the play. Flame Strike would have been better than that shitty A-Bomb play. Probably, but not certainly. It's hard to really say. This wouldn't give us lethal anyway. He doesn't have Flame Strike though. So that's fine. You just top deck Flame Strike. Yep. I know he has 2 cult masters. Just keep that in mind.
If you insist.
Taunt Totem would have been really good there.
Time runs out on me.
What? I should try to get a taunt first. But a heal's also good, so this is fine. Okay. Make the most out of that Spellstopper, bros. Spellstopper. Number 1. How's that a misplay? What?
What to do?
I don't want to use the axe. I don't want that at 2 fireballs at this stage in the game. I got this shit on lock. See? This dick has fireballs. 2 of them, in fact. Axe the Cult Master. Is that right? Oh, okay. I'm glad I had you guys to teach me how to play this game. I have 1 more weapon, so I think attacking here is correct. It's been a ridiculous game. You can't, it's just minion only. I can't hit him.
Wanna blow something up?
Rip! Oh man, that was a good one.